Assalamualaikum. Greetings to Dr. Shah and my fellow classmates. Today, me and my group will be presenting our lesson plans. My name is JASDE'NEESHA Irmira binti Jasmi and my part of the presentation is presenting lesson plan 1 about the lesson details and the lesson objective. Let's look at the lesson details. So the subject of this lesson plan is English and the form will be lower form, which is form 2. The duration will be 60 minutes in the theme of people and culture, and the topic will be about cultural celebration, and we will be focusing on the writing and speaking skill. As for the lesson objective, by the end of the lesson, students should be able to write one short essay about one cultural celebration. Next, students should be able to speak clearly and confidently about at least 2 prompts related to the cultural celebration. Now let's look at the materials in the lesson plan. First, I'm going to explain about the material used in the pre-lesson. The duration of the pre-lesson will only be 5 minutes, where teacher will showcase a cultural video to the students. So the material used in this pre-lesson will be projector and also a YouTube video. While showcasing the video, teacher will engage students with questions such as what do you think happening in this video? How many cultural celebrations do you see in the video? The use of these materials is to engage students to give brief responses to stimulate their interest in the topic. Using this kind of materials, which is video, can grab students' attention and make the lesson more interesting. It gives students a clear idea of different cultural celebration. The question can encourage students to think as well as share their ideas and get involved in the lesson. These kind of materials can also help them to get ready to learn about the topic and practice their writing and speaking skills.
Good day everyone, let's move on to the main portion of today's lesson, which focuses on 2 activities, writing and speaking. These activities are designed to enhance students' understanding of cultural celebration while developing their writing and speaking skills. So we begin with the writing activity, as you can see here, where students will craft a short essay about a cultural celebration they know or one featured in the video that we shown earlier. So to guide them, teacher will provide an essay template that includes an introduction where they introduce the celebration, a body paragraph with details such as traditions, family gathering or foods, and a conclusion to reflect on what makes the celebration special for them. This activity accommodates different student needs through differentiation strategies. So for instance, less proficient students will receive a simplified template with sentence starters, while advanced students can expand their essays to include additional cultural aspects or personal reflections. Throughout the activity, teacher will monitor their progress, offer encouragement and provide support to ensure they remain engaged and confident. Alright, next, let's take a look at the second activity, which is speaking exercise. So students will work in pairs of group, which consists of 3, and respond to prompts displayed on the slide, such as what is your favorite cultural celebration, or what do you like to eat the most at the celebration, or how do you imagine the upcoming celebration will be. They will have around 10 minutes to discuss and share their responses. To support varying proficiency levels, the teacher will pair less proficient students with more advanced peers to foster peer-to-peer learning. This approach ensures that students can actively participate, each of them, regardless of their skill level. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to confidently write about and discuss cultural celebration. Now that the main part of the lesson is complete, let's take a moment to reflect. So to begin, teacher will ask the students to name one cultural celebration they learned about on that day. This simple question helps them recall key details from the lesson. Next, teacher invites them to share their favorite part of the session. Was it the writing exercise? Was it the discussion with their peers or learning about different cultures? Their responses will help teacher understands what resonated most with them. So to conclude the lesson on an engaging note, teacher will share a fun fact about a unique cultural celebration from around the world, whether it's from Japan, America, or somewhere that is not in Malaysia, because this can provide a light-hearted and educational ending to the session. Finally, teacher will thank the students for their active participation and enthusiasm, and encouraging them to continue exploring the rich diversity of cultural celebrations. So that wraps up my portion of the presentation. Thank you.
Hello and a good day to Dr. Soyansa. I'm Israelin Rebecca Jimmy with matrix number BP21110169. Today I will be presenting the lesson plan designed for Form 2 students English class, and the duration is 60 minutes. The lesson will be based on the theme Health and Environment with the topic Healthy Food During Festival. Finally, this lesson plan will be focusing on the language awareness. So now I will outline the learning objectives for the lesson on healthy food during festival. This objective is to guide what students should achieve by the end of the lesson. The first objective is by the end of the lesson, students should be able to determine healthy and unhealthy food with at least 3 correct answers during the activity. This will be assessed through a visual and discussion-based activity where students categorize foods as healthy or unhealthy. For the second objective, students should be able to answer with at least 3 correct answers for the fill-in-the-blanks activity. This exercise reinforces vocabulary and comprehensions, ensuring students can use new words in context. Furthermore, the objective one is to ensure students can critically evaluate food choices, a practical life skill, while the second objective is to strengthen language awareness and application, which is crucial for their overall language development. These objectives are designed to support students' learning in a structured and measurable way, helping them to engage with the topic and apply their knowledge effectively. To begin the lesson, the teacher is going to initiate a brief discussion on the topic of food during festivals. The aim is to engage students and activate their prior knowledge about common festival foods. The teacher then asks the students questions which are: what foods do people usually eat during festival, and are these foods healthy or unhealthy? Why? This question encourages students to think critically about their food choices and share their ideas based on personal experiences. After the discussion, a few pictures of different foods that are commonly eaten during festivals will be shown to the students. The task is the students will have to look at each picture and collectively determine whether the food shown is healthy or unhealthy. This visual activity helps to solidify their understanding by connecting abstract concepts to real-life examples. The justification for this activity is to help students connect with the topic by identifying familiar food and to encourage critical thinking about healthy and unhealthy food. I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening, and I'll pass this presentation to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Dr. Muhammad Suhaimi and I will continue presenting about the lesson development for lesson plan 2. So during this time, the teacher will conduct two activities, which is the first one is going to be matching game. So the teacher will introduce the matching game to the students, and the game requires students to match the words healthy and unhealthy with the food pictures. So the teacher will provide pictures over there, and the student needs to match what is the picture that portray unhealthy food and which one is healthy food. Okay, and the teacher will distribute the sheets so that the student can answer them. For this activity, the teacher will only give around 10 minutes for the students to complete the task. And then for activity 2, the teacher will explain the importance of making or cooking or providing healthy food choices during festivals. Students will only be given 10 minutes to answer this during the lesson development. For example, there are some questions provided for the students to answer during the activity. So there are 5 questions, but also the teacher provide another extra question just in case the student all can answer all the questions. For the strategy, it is differentiated by the time pupils are given to complete a task. Though they have 10 minutes, but some students might answer it faster and some might take time. So students are given time to complete their task. Less proficient students are given more time than allocated to complete the task, and for the students that is quick and fast, they have to answer according to their pace. So for the post lesson, the teacher will ask students to stand up and answer the question related to unhealthy or healthy food provided during festivals, and the teacher will correct their grammatical error throughout the lesson, and also the teacher will eventually wrap up the lesson by the end of the class.